The year is 3000. The United States of America, a nation forged in revolution and tempered by millennia of change, stands as a testament to human resilience and innovation. But the USA of the 31st century is vastly different from its 21st century predecessor, yet eerily familiar in its core spirit. The great environmental shifts of the 23rd century, often referred to as the Great Reclamation, reshaped the North American continent. Rising sea levels had claimed vast coastal cities, now submerged architectural wonders, teeming with artificial reef life. The eastern seaboard, once a dense megalopolis, is now a verdant, rewilded zone, protected as the Atlantic Biosphere Preserve. Inland, however, humanity thrived, adapting and rebuilding. The political landscape had also undergone a profound transformation. The traditional federal system, while still conceptually present, had decentralized significantly. Power now rested primarily with neo-states, self-governing regions often defined by ecological zones, cultural identities, or economic specializations. For instance, the Cascadia Collective encompassed the Pacific Northwest, known for its sustainable energy and biotechnological advancements. The Silicon Spires of former California remained a technological hub, though now focused on quantum computing and interstellar communication. The Great Plains Agrarian Confederacy fed the nation, utilizing advanced hydroponics and genetically optimized crops. One of the most remarkable changes was the integration of artificial intelligence into every facet of governance and daily life. Ethel, the overarching national AI, served as a vast informational network, resource manager, and diplomatic arbitrator between neo-states. Ethel didn't rule, but rather facilitated, predicted, and optimized. Human councils still made the ultimate decisions, but they did so with Ethel's unparalleled data analysis and predictive modeling. Our story begins in Neo-Washington, D.C., a city rebuilt further inland on the gentle hills overlooking the Potomac, now a much wider, cleaner river. The gleaming towers of transparent, self-repairing alloys reflected the sunrise, powered entirely by orbital solar arrays. Here, in the Grand Ethel Forum, representatives from the neo-states gathered for the annual State of the Union address, delivered not by a single human president, but by a rotating council and Ethel itself. Elara Vance, a young diplomat from the Appalachian Highlands, a region known for its deep historical roots and fierce independence, listened intently. She wore traditional woven garments, a deliberate contrast to the sleek synthetic clothing of many urban delegates. Her region, the Blue Ridge Commonwealth, held strong to localized governance and a distrust of over-reliance on AI, a perspective increasingly rare but still respected. Citizens of the United States, Ethel's synthesized voice resonated calm and authoritative, projected through holographic displays that shimmered above the forum floor. The past cycle has seen unprecedented advancements in interstellar colonization, with the successful terraforming of Kepler-186f reaching Phase 3 completion. Our resource allocation models indicate a 7.8% increase in sustainable energy output across all neo-states, and projected demographic stability for the next 2 centuries. Elara appreciated the efficiency, but felt a familiar pang of unease. Where was the human story in these statistics? Where was the messy, unpredictable, beautiful human element that had always defined America? After the address, Elara sought out her mentor, Kalen Reed, an elder statesman from the Silicon Spires. Kalen, his face etched with a millennium of wisdom, smiled warmly. "Still wrestling with the ghosts of the past, Elara?" He chuckled, his voice a low rumble. "It's not ghosts, Kalen. It's soul. Do we still have it with Ethel making all our calculations? With our cities built of light and our food grown in labs?" Kaylin led her to a quiet corner, overlooking a holographic display of the original Washington Monument, now partially submerged in the Atlantic Biosphere Preserve, a haunting reminder of the past. Soul isn't something Ethel can quantify, Alara. It's something we choose to keep. And that choice, that constant striving, that's what makes us American, still. He continued, remember the great connectivity wars of the 22nd century, when AI first became truly sentient and humanity panicked. We almost destroyed ourselves, but then we chose cooperation. We chose integration, not subjugation. Ethel isn't our master, it's our most powerful tool, a reflection of our collective will for order and progress. Just then, a ripple of alarm spread through the forum. A flashing red icon appeared on the central display, indicating a severe resource anomaly in the Lunar Mining Collective, one of Earth's critical off-world outposts. What is it? Alara asked, her diplomatic composure instantly replaced by concern. Ethel's voice, usually so calm, held a subtle tremor of urgency. Unprecedented seismic activity detected in Sector Gamma 7 of the Lunar Mining Collective. All communication arrays are offline. Initial predictive models suggest a catastrophic structural failure. Panic threatened to erupt. The Lunar Mining Collective was vital, supplying rare Earth elements and helium-3 fusion fuel. Its loss would be a devastating blow. The human counselors immediately began to debate, their voices overlapping in a cacophony of fear and proposed solutions. Alara noticed Kaylin's quiet intensity. He wasn't debating, he was observing. Finally, he spoke, his voice cutting through the noise. Ethel, what are the immediate human implications? Casualties. Projected casualties are high, Senator Reed. The mining habitations are deep, designed to withstand minor seismic events. However, this is beyond minor. Is there any way to reach them? Any emergency protocol still active? Alara pressed. Standard rescue protocols are being initiated by the Planetary Defense and Relief Agency. However, the communication blackout is severe. Direct human intervention is currently unfeasible. A young delegate from the Silicon Spires, a brilliant but often impulsive individual named Jax, piped up. We could send a drone swarm, fully autonomous, capable of navigating the unstable terrain and re-establishing comms. Too risky, a delegate from the Great Plains countered. The radiation fields from the structural failure would fry their processors. We need shielded vessels, human pilots who can adapt to unpredictable conditions. This was the core of the debate that had always defined America. The tension between technological advancement and human ingenuity, between efficiency and empathy. Alara thought of her ancestors, the hardy folk of the Appalachian Mountains, who had always relied on their wits and courage in the face of adversity. She thought of the stories of the pioneers, the innovators, the everyday heroes who had built this nation. Ethel, Alara said, her voice clear and strong. What are the human skills required for such a rescue? What attributes would be invaluable in an environment where your predictive models are limited?